What are you doing in here? Guys helping. Alright. Supervisor. Look alright? You happy? Alright. This is Liger Bay, gateway to one of the South Island's best cruising grounds, Abel Tasman National Park. And we're here, hopefully fixing up an old wooden sailboat so we can cruise around Abel Tasman National Park in it, as well as everywhere else. Yep, just remember folks, anything can be a hammer if you don't have a hammer, like this piece of wood. Come on. I hope that piece of wood's not important.
Glad I didn't take my job.
She said. Oh, cut.
Quiet in the cheap seat.
What?
The quiet in the cheap seat. There you go. What are you doing, Dad?
Taking this handrail off. For two reasons. One, so that we can like redo these probably. Resin them or I don't know. And the other, mainly so we can sand this back and re-glass it. And that there, and got my sun hat on because I'm in the sun. And yeah, so all I'm really doing is using this here picky tool to pick all the resin and stuff out of the bolt. And then once I've done that I can use this here, whatchamacallit, to the nugga. Yeah, or if you're Australian you call it a backpack. What? A backpack. Backpack. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It is a stupid name. Here we call it, yeah, the ugga-duggers. Because, you know, I've had to turn the ugga-duggers down a wee bit though so it doesn't strip the heat off the bolt. So yeah, you put that in there. And, ugga-dugga, ugga-dugga, ugga-dugga. And away she goes. Just like that. Okay, so I've taken off all these screws out from down here. This is the holy shit rail, you know. When you have to hold on to this, she's holy shit, you know. So yeah, I've got to pull all this off, and I'm going to use this here, the old knockometer. Give it a couple of knocks. Oops. There we go. There we go. And it's actually lifting up some of the glass, so get out. Anyway, essentially that's how you do it. So strong. Anyway, so that's how you do it. Just like that. Tappy tappy with the old knockometer, and then Robert's your brother's dog.
Who? Robert.
Yeah, Robert's your brother's dog. That's the saying, isn't it? Isn't that what they say? Yeah, is it? Yeah. Something like that, anyway. You know, it's either that, Robert's your brother's dog, or like Bob's the uncle that molested you or something, you know? I don't know, let's not tar every Bob with the same brush here. Oh, good point. Anyway, so I just got the other side to do now. And yeah, we'll sand that back, and I think we're going to re-glass the edges of these too, because I'm not too sure what the deal is here, but it definitely needs some sort of glassing and whatnot. So whether we do that before it, well, we'll have to do that. We might do that next time we're here. Anyway, good day for it. Yep. What's going on here then? I'm stealing battery cables. Is it still stealing if it's already yours? Well, I'm stealing them from this battery to put on that battery, I suppose. Is that how it works? So yeah, as you can see, the old she's a mess. The old what do you call it? The iron sails are back in. And action. Yeah, so I've got it in. You've got it in? Yeah, I've put it in the hole. Just jam it in there, eh? Just jam it in. It's literally jammed in there. You can't jam it in much more. Yeah, that is pretty jammed in. And we put diesel in the diesel tank. So this is, oh yeah. And then we put the lid on the diesel tank, or? It might be a good idea actually. Yeah. Rookie mistake number 1. 103. Nope. Boring bit of video there. No, everyone loves this stuff. And then the fuel pump, a lot of them have a fuel primer on here. This one didn't have one. That's your fuel filter. Yeah. So it's leaking. Interesting. Anyway, we'll forget about that for now. Under your foot there I put the little boat pump for the outboards. I've seen people do this before and it works great. Under my foot? Yeah, and the cubby down there, right up on there. I'm getting too old for this shit. Yeah. And fat. Mostly fat. Yeah. So, oh I see, here we go. This guy here. This is the old Manuel bilge primer, not bilge primer, fuel pump primer, primary pumper thing. Something like that. Yeah, most people say they're a lot better than pumping on this thing. Or at least, there you go, pro tip. Yeah, pro tip number 1. And we've put this battery in. I didn't go for a new one because it's not really budget approved. I had one lying around. And so far I've only wired it up the same way I had it in the shed, and we will hit the old starter and hope that it runs. Give it the old go-go juice. Yeah. So what are you doing there now? You're just gonna... This is the key. Touch it on the starter. Shit, no one's gonna have one of those lying around. Yeah. So you just... And I didn't do any glow plugs. And, got the hose on, so it's puffing out smoke everywhere. So I haven't bled it either, which might be the problem, but I'm sure it should bleed itself. Well, not enough to bleed it yet. What not? Almost. Yeah, we're like a little kitten. There we go. Just like that. There, and that's it, and that's all, folks. So, looks like you've done a bit of work on it. Get it back to pristine condition. Yeah, I give it the old marketplace rebuild with the spray can. Yep. So you know she's good. Yeah, you know it's good then. Yeah. Fresh coat of paint fixes everything. Yeah. Now we just got to rip out all the wires and start again with the proper key and all the rest of it. And cool. Yeah. And then we'll put it in the water and it'll do stuff. Yeah. Nah, then we can move on to the next project.
Yeah. Which will probably be dealing with this. Maybe we're not too sure whether to pull that out or at this stage or don't know. Yeah, you can see it's a little how you going. Cool. Yeah, so I guess we're going to take these off too. These guys. Yeah.
You're talking to yourself again.
No, I'm talking to YouTube.
Talking to the people.
Yeah, I have friends, you know.
But they need to go back on because they're really important. We have to cover them in plastic bags, don't we? Those little air things. I'm sure there's a fancy name for them, but air things.
Yeah, the sugar
And
scoops.
people should always travel with their handy dandy
Box of
Gordon's cans of gin and tonic because they always serve a purpose. All the brass fittings. Pretty heavy. The box is not substantial.
You get the girls in bikinis to do the water blasting. Oh, Titanic. Only a little water blaster. Yeah, just do the whole lot. Just watch your feet, that's all. Isn't that satisfying? Yes. All the water's leaking through the hole here. Coming from up here. Yeah. Oh, this side of it. We haven't got to this side yet. Really. Windows as well, mostly. Yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah, same. Might be a wee bit more work in it than you think. Yeah, yeah. Not bad. It's a pretty big job. Probably should have got some blokes in. Yeah. Right, so what we're doing here is just stripping off any loose paint or any loose bits and pieces so we can get a good look at the wood and what sort of condition it is. As you can probably see in the video, most of the wood's actually in really good condition. There's no sort of soft spots that we've found so far or anything. There's some bits where the wood's shrunk, I suppose, and so you can see a few gaps. We're hoping that those will fill in when we swell it all back up again. that sort of caulking that needs to be redone. There's bits and pieces of it, but I don't think we'll have to do it all, hopefully. Perfect day for a ice cream and a walk on the beach. Couldn't pass up the opportunity on a lovely day and a lovely location to go for a swim, so we did, and it was lovely. It's a shame it's so far away from where we live in terms of driving up here to do work on the boat, but when you get up here it sure is pretty.
So where's your hose going?
I put the big hose clamp on there.
Oh, it fit?
Yeah, I got it out of the half, it's way too big, and then once I put everything on it should fit.
Oh good. Just where would it go bigger then?
I think the smaller one I probably could have made it too.
Okay.
And then I've just got to replace the outlet from that box, and that has to go up into the top of it, back to there, and the other end through the bottom. Yeah, and then I can put all that back on again and make it. So yeah, I don't really know what's happening here because I was away, but clearly they've ripped up some of the flooring panels and whatnot. A lot of the cabin, or the, I don't know what you call it, the back, where the rudder and all the seating and stuff in the back here needs replacing, so we're taking it off and sending it back home with us.
Shit, I hope it hasn't been recording.
Right, so got the engine in, engine tray. I've got to replace this water hose back to the through hole which is under the floor, and we're going to pull this floor up and see what's under there. Oh my lord, wow, that is nasty. And there's my water tap, and I'm just going to ignore everything else because it's the right thing to do, right? And I'm just going to measure some water pipe now. Got my pipe, got my stuff, and that there. Good time. Action. Right, so I've just got through the through hole. It's a bit dark down there, but you can probably see. And then we've come, instead of just going straight to the engine through the through hole, which might be the right thing to do, might not, I don't think it is. But I've gone up in a loop so that there's always going to, it's always going to be water higher than the pump that it can have to suck, so it's not sucking straight in or something or other. That's my plan, that's what I've done, that's it in that tool. And now, so we've got from the pump to the heat exchanger, and now I've just got to do from the heat exchanger to the exhaust pipe. And then once I've done that, it should be good to go, more or less, kind of, maybe. That's it, that's all. Right, here we go. So we've marked this area here where the chain plates go up through here, and the old owner was saying that there was some pulling of the timbers back before it sunk. And so what we've been doing is drilling drilling in through, we measured the depth of the wood and the stringers, and we're just drilling new screws through with a polyurethane. So we're putting polyurethane through with it to seal them off. So we're pre-drilling the timber with this so that the screw doesn't bite into the timber, and then we're screwing in to the stringer and the bites in the stringer, so it'll pull the board into the stringer. That's the plan. And then we put polyurethane over top and some tape just to make it nice and smooth so it doesn't fall out before it's set. And that's pretty much what we've been doing. So I've been countersinking the hole so the polyurethane's got something to go to, and we run in a screw, and it's all a little bit trial and error. It's definitely not traditional, and it's budget approved. Are we going?
Going.
Action. So these are the stringer, obviously follows through, and they parallel each one. So obviously if we go in between, then we shouldn't miss, in theory. And we just obviously we made the plastic bit so we don't drill too deep, and you come away with a nice even hole. And we're going to do that all the way across.
Oh, I've lost it. Somewhere there. No, there, I did have it.
Blind lady.
Yeah.
Alright, and then we'll come back when we put a screw in. So we're just putting the glue in. There we go. So we're aiming for glue inside, so the screw takes the glue with it, and between the wood and the glue it should make some magic happen. And we all like magic, don't we?
We do.
Do we like magic?
I like magic.
Yeah.
He also said something about the glue works better when the wood is moist or damp or soggy or whatever.
Yeah, which is ironic, although we did water blast the boat yesterday, so...
Yeah.
And it's a messy job, but sometimes you've just got to stuff some white stuff in a hole, you know? Right. So I've been told.
Yeah, I have to work with.
Oh, you know what I didn't do?
No.
Alright, so I kind of made a mistake and I forgot to drill these out first. And we've drill out the extra bit just so we don't...
Ooh. Wow.
you see that jizz just go everywhere?
It's a family show.
Yeah.
There's no families without jizz.
Yeah. Well, seems where it goes, isn't it? So normally the smart thing to do would be to do the...
Before you put
the stuff on.
so you don't have all that glue spraying everywhere. Oh wow.
Amateur hour. Oh. Anyway, now I'm going to have to do it again because I'm an idiot.
And it's about here he realised.
Yeah, we could call the show Dumb and Dumber.
You call him dumber.
And he said this glue it's polyurethane, I think, and it expands, so put less than you need, he said, which is why I put heaps, because you know,
He feels insecure.
I am. I'm
Too
very,
little.
I'm very insecure. And then we'll be sanding off any extra stuff later on anyway. we're just gonna drop a smidgen in there as well. There. And let's not get too carried away for the video. Now.
The tape.
Yeah, we're gonna do it in the right order.
Right.
And we were sort of saying, start from the middle and work out so that we don't make a big ripple all the way through. If we do the boards too tight. Hey. And then we just cover the end in glue, put some tape over it. Job done. And cue the comments about how we're not doing it the right way. But if you want to see how to do it the right way, don't watch this channel.
We'll be back.
Right, so we've come across all these holes. We just decided we're going to patch up the holes with tape. You know, it should work for a while. We'll paint over the tape, and Bob's your uncle's bloody granddad or something. I don't know, what's the saying? Something like that. But no, seriously, we've just pulled the tape off this bit. That's the cured product, and we'll have to sand it off when we eventually sand the hull in about, I don't know, 3 years time, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, so that's the polyurethane in there. Such good camera work. And that's it. That's it and that's all. About to pack up and head on out of here. Until next time. I don't know why I keep looking at that. Anyway. Yeah. If you like what you see here, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment on all the stuff we've done wrong.